Okay. Hey guys. So we frequently get a lot of questions submitted to us about the manufacturing process here at Dragon. So we wanted to start a series called Ask a Dragon, where basically we field a lot of your questions and these one-off type answers. So I've got Kata here with me. She's the Director of Business Development here at Dragon. So we will answer our first question. Okay. So they have a question about the initial purchase order process with their CM. So when the prototype is completed and they approve it, assuming that the manufacturer will then tool up the manufacturing process, is it common practice that we would receive one final unit, which will be exactly the same as the ones purchasing consumers will get before the initial order is placed?
So the short answer is yes, but perhaps not quite in the way that you describe. A little bit about the process. When you receive a quote from a manufacturer, that's usually received through a fairly robust process called an RFQ, or a request for quote. But that actual quotation that you're getting from the CM is based on the volumes that you believe you will be purchasing from them. And it's part of the way that they win your business. Um, Throughout then the manufacturing process with your manufacturer, you will receive engineering prototypes or EPs at various stages throughout the the NPI process, the ramp up to MP or mass production. But you want to make sure that your approval process for each of the units you'll receive at those phases does not hold up your overall timeline, because that increases the length of time before your customers actually will get products in their hands. So the engineering prototypes you'll receive, sometimes called EP1, EP2, or you may have heard the terminology EVT, DVT, and PVT. So those are the engineering validation test, design validation test, and production validation tests. So you receive a certain number of units, or if you're on site, which always potentially a good idea during these key phases, you'll have the units that roll off the line, and it is up to you to approve the processes at each of those various stages, so that it's passing all of the quality and test systems and controls that you've put in place, but you don't want to be holding up that process. So in terms of how the financial arrangements work and when you place the purchase order, it is true that you will pay your CM separately for the non-recurring costs, or NRC, that have to do with tooling, setup, et cetera, separately from each purchase order that will dictate, say it's 5,000 units or 10,000 units. And the terms by which you will pay for both the non-recurring costs and each purchase order are outlined in the MSA, or the Manufacturing Services Agreement, that you sign with the CM after they've been awarded your business.
Cool. Yeah, so I think that covers everything that we were discussing in that first initial question. So thank you, Kata. So we're going to try to do these, either bi-weekly or hopefully ramping up to weekly as we get more and more questions. So we have a form below that you can submit your questions that will ask a dragon and get you your answers. So thanks, everybody.